because I think that, one lesson that we could take away from, this episode is understanding that when you get to the top of your environment, like your circle of 3 or 4 people, or your clique or your group, and you get to the top where you're the smartest or you're the successful one, it's unfortunate, but you got to expand now your group, right? You got to, you have to surround yourself by people who have done more than what you've done. Otherwise, you're just going to remain stagnant, and you're just going to kind of get content. You're going to get settled, right? Because you're the most successful one in your group. And this unknowingly kind of holds a lot of us back, because this is why we don't want to step outside of our comfort zone, is because outside of our comfort zone is where we're not the leader of our group, right? And so that's on the deep psychological level. But to answer your question, like a mentor, how to find a mentor. Why I was first chosen by this mentor is because I reminded Milton. Milton was from Long Beach too.
Okay.
Milton was like, man, you remind me a lot of my nephews, right? And you remind me a lot of them, and they're just some knuckleheads, And he learned a little bit of my background. We related because we're both from the same city, and I told him what I was going through and the recent changes I went through, and he respected that. And I think fate sometimes puts you in positions where you want to go, because I needed to get to somewhere which was to a better state of my life, because I also learned I was having a child, right? So,
how old?
20 years old.
20 years old. Yeah.
So I knew I was having child.
Be a leader.
Right. Yeah. And so the whole thing of the military also is that if you enroll, you actually get paid more if you're married and you have kids. Yep. Right, so we literally rush to get married anyway. Not to sway to the point, no, or off the subject.
That's a good point, though, man.
But you kind of go on this road. But that was the main motive, was like, hey, how do I get to a better state? Because I need to do this for that one thing, and that one thing at the time was because I was about to have a baby, right? And that was my core. That was what the fear of not being able to provide the life for my child, and the fear of having my child go through what I went through. That was enough motivation for me. And so, Milton learned this, and he kind of brought me under his wing, told me, certain things of how to sell. He told me one of the strongest lessons he taught me was how to sell based on the fear of not buying, and that was powerful, because a lot of people at the time was selling why they should buy, right? The benefits, right? Well, he put it in perspective, because we're selling a different thing. Like we're selling rates that were way higher than your normal competitor. We're selling adjustable rates, which at the time were very risky. It's still risky. Yeah, it just has this negative stigma about it. But that was our core product, and our fees were very high. Right, our rates were very high. And this is a subprime lender that got shut down for predatory lending, right? And so we didn't know at the time. I didn't know at the time. I was still young, and I just knew that I needed to do A, B, and C to get X, Y, and Z.
Take care of the family.
Right, exactly, take care of the family, right? Yeah. So you didn't necessarily know that you were probably doing bad, but everyone was taking it. So, I had a lot of problems coming up, because I always had that kind of mindset of people don't believe in me, people don't like me, I'm not like them. And I always kind of felt this constant pressure of wanting to prove myself. While that was an advantage, he shared with me, you got to use that, continue using that. But instead of being mad or wanting to show aggression towards somebody, use it as fuel, as to like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it even better. And so he helped me develop the mindset and put it in a more professional perspective.